Holy shit, we are live with another COFOH Live Undead, and it is a fucking snowblind post-apocalyptic blizzard outside. I'm your host, Daniel Crosier. This is COFOH Live Undead, and I am here with the amazing heavy metal band, Hail Satan!
Something on my face.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Oh, that's awesome. How are you guys doing?
We're good, man. But you know what? Let's do we were just talking about it. Let's do the actual metal noise. All right. So to get off on the right foot here.
I thought you guys did that. I thought you jumped in. Was that just me?
Dude, no. Put it in your mind at the forefront. You know. All right. So let's, on the count of 3, everybody make the most metal noise that you can make. Does that sound good? Ready?
Mine will sound under.
1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Beginning to. Oh God!
I got smoker's lung.
I don't do well with choreography.
Yeah, I know. Neither did I. I unfortunately
that's why he's
out of balance
for Prince died.
Oh,
damn it.
Jake, Ross, Eric, Sean. It's good to see you guys. How are you holding up?
Good.
We're just here in this lovely snowstorm that apparently shut the entire world down. That I'm excited for.
We're about ready to get trapped in our practice space and have to have like a 100-hour metal marathon.
And just a big fat chili cook-off and tender cuddles. You guys feeling cold on the outside but warm on the inside?
That sounds absolutely lovely. That sounds endearing, is what that sounds like.
Yeah, we're cute. The whole thrust of the thing is to be cute. You know? Yeah.
You guys are definitely adorable young men. You know, So, guys, tell us a little bit about yourselves. We'll kind of go down the line, and just tell us, where you come from, how you got into music, and what led you to work with this, fine young gentleman named Jake Fairley.
Okay. You want to just start with Eric? And then
Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm pretty new to this whole experience, but it's been a huge amount of fun so far. I guess like a month or 2 ago, they had a guitarist leave, just kind of up and quit. And I've known our bassist here, Ross, for years and years. We were actually in a prog band for like a couple years when I was in college. So we've got a pretty good musical history. But anyways, like I started playing drums maybe, I don't know, in middle school, and then kind of switched back and forth to guitar and tried out a bunch of things. But I think guitar has always been my main instrument, but everyone always needs a drummer. So all my last bands I've been the drummer in, but I'm ready to get back to guitar and start shredding here. It's been a lot of fun so far.
You have been shredding, which has been sweet as shit.
Swedish.
It's been Swedish, yes.
It's been Swedish fish.
Swedish?
Just like fish.
Little Swedish fish.
Cover band.
It's called his.
Nice. How about Ross?
My name's Ross Collins. I was born in San Diego. We moved to Nashville when I was
going for the whole history.
3rd grade, and I went to a little tiny bit of 4th grade music school, and I started playing bass.
You made a deal with the devil in 5th grade.
And then we moved.
A classic fifth grade deal with them.
We moved to fucking Charlotte. Went to high school there, and then when I came out west, I just like needed to put a fucking band together because of how boring my life was. So I met Eric like 6 years ago.
Nice.
Like
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like 8 years ago, and like there was like an immediate. He was our drummer, and there was like just a really good connection, and there was just more and more practice, and then
that's how you get to Carnegie Hall, baby.
I met Jake through a mutual friend who was the former guitarist, and he's like, hey, we need a bass player. So I was like, oh well, I need something to do, and I didn't really take it seriously. But now it's fucking, I
just was not giving a shit about what I was doing.
Now it's a very, very big part of my life. I really enjoy it.
Cool.
Pretty fucking sick. So.
Yeah.
Nice. Now you breathe it. You live it.
Yes. Yep. Well,
Nice.
I'm Jake Fairley. I am in this band called Hail Satan. Yeah, it's been interesting. This is like a pretty new lineup for the band. We had a different guitar player and a different drummer for the majority of the time the band has existed. Spencer was our drummer. He's moving to Portland to make horror films.
Sweet.
And then our previous guitar player, Bruce, kind of just quit to focus on his other band, which is called Witch Cackle. I recommend checking them out. They're very cool.
They're pretty sick.
And, now then after everybody left, it was like, well, we still want to be making the music that Hail Satan makes. So we got Eric, we got Sean. Ross was there before, but still looking pretty sexually attractive to me.
Excellent. Pretty.
We have this new lineup, and I don't know. I'm very excited for obviously for the world to turn back into the world and be able to play shows again. But we're right around the corner, Hail Satan will be coming to a dive bar where maybe somebody's getting a hand job in the background near you.
That sounds very pleasant. That sounds like a family operation.
I was talking about this with Eric the other night. So in Hail Satan, we cover, the song "Stand By Me," the Benny King song.
Yep.
So we do a cover of that song. And the first time that we played it live, we were playing at Three Kings. It was maybe like 2 years ago. The first time that we played it live, we had a friend of ours in attendance, that came to the show. He was on a first date. And, there are those booths that are in the back of Three Kings.
Yep.
And while we were playing the song "Stand By Me," he got a hand job from this girl that he was on the date with. And to me,
nice.
This was like a new metric for I know that I've created a successful piece of art if the reaction to it is that somebody gets a hand job.
That is love at first stroke. I love it.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, nice. Sean, how about you?
I'm obviously very new to the band, but I've known Jake here for a long time.
Like 15 years, probably.
Yeah, we went to high school together, but I was always in different bands. I was in bands called Pile of Priest, that known in the scene, or Death of Dementia at the time. But Pile of Priest is still gone. Death is gone now, but maybe back someday. Who knows? But I've been playing drums in the Denver scene for close to 15.
You might call yourself a stalwart,
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. A wart is a volley brand.
That's kind of work to be.
It's been a lot of fun since it's all started, so I'm pretty excited to get back to playing shows again.
Right.
Out there again.
So much.
Right. I bet you guys, I know, some of you are new to the band, but missing that interaction between, the audience and what you're doing on the stage. I mean, it's got to be pretty tough. Have you been able to, kind of subsidize that a little bit? Like, do any type of performances online or just work on new material?
Just standing in front of a mirror and doing stupid poses and just weeping myself to sleep every single night. I'm frankly a little under the influence of pandemic alcoholism, and regular alcoholism are different things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
pandemic
Right.
turned me into a bit of a cat lady, but my cats are a great audience.
That is solid.
They will swear to the Hail Satan brands anytime if you ask them.
In a very adorable way, yes. You have a very cute cat.
He has seriously the fucking most gorgeous cat I've ever seen.
You know what? Let's just spend the rest of this time talking about the time that you've spent with your cats during the coronavirus. Because
sounds good. I have to live vicariously through you guys in that regards because I am allergic to cats.
we were just talking about that.
Me too, but I don't care.
I've been pretty allergic to cats my entire life, and
Yeah.
So sorry for both of you.
you know what? It's fine. I also was just sort of like disinterested in cats. For now that we're just talking about this for some reason, I didn't like cats particularly for my entire life, and then like a year and a half ago, I dated this girl that had 4 cats in a 1-bedroom apartment, which.
Ooh,
I think there's an equation for how many cats that actually is. I think that's actually
that smells like bad carpet to me.
It's worth it. Cat puke and a sea of jizz. But I went from not caring for cats particularly to being obsessed with cats. I fucking love them. And in the coronavirus, spent a lot of time inside, a lot of jizz, obviously. But again, if I were going to characterize the year 2020, cats and jizz. What else do you get?
Is this where you expected this interview to be going?
That's how I like to do things. It's very avant. Just let it free form and spiral, and then it crashes and burns.
Yeah.
Sick.
A big fuck to death pile of jizz and cat fur.
Sounds pretty metal.
So, Jake, I've known you for a few years. We've you and I have worked on comic books and mural projects together. Mm-hmm. You've always had that kind of heavy metal flair in the artwork and in the comics that you do. Was Hail Satan kind of which came first, the comics or the band?
Oh my God, where is the chicken or where is the egg? Hail Satan. So Spencer, the former drummer, and I we've been playing music together since we were kids, like playing in heavy metal bands. And whatever there is that drives a 32-year-old man to cultivate one's personality around how much you like the band Iron Maiden.
Nice.
Sort of leads you to leads a person to be wearing a stupid studded vest, sitting in the basement and talking to Dan Crosier, Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
I gotta go get my jacket.
Where's your jacket? Does everybody have a jacket like that? Come on.
Ross is going to grab his. But so I'd been playing in metal bands for, I don't know, since I was like 13 years old. Hence Sean and I knowing each other for a very long time. But I also am a comic book artist, and they say the old write what you know adage is applicable here. So again, how much I like Iron Maiden is a definitive personality trait of mine. So I've made comic books that are centralized around heavy metal music.
Cool.
It's my favorite thing to do, honestly. If I'm gonna be sincere about it, if I had to choose between the best sex I've ever had in my entire life or the best heavy metal concert I've ever played, I might never have sex again. God willing, I'll just have sex again in general because it's the coronavirus. So speaking of things that are difficult to do,
luckily we don't have to make that choice.
Excellent.
I was going to say I think that we should have sex after this. Well, this interview's going to I could imagine being.
If you guys are going to do a naked performance, make sure you broadcast that because that builds a community.
There's money in that.
Luckily, we have to make that choice.
Yeah, it's good not putting yourself in those positions where you don't have to make hard decisions.
How hard are we talking here?
Oh, there we go.
Come on, why don't you say something like that?
I just couldn't resist.
I like it. I don't know.
It's heavy metal. It's okay to get hard or go flaccid.
Ew, Dan, just get your mind out of the gutter, my man.
Oh no, that's permanently there.
Yeah,
you've witnessed this.
Yeah,
it's also pretty metal.
So, during this time when you're integrating, the new band members and everything, bringing in Sean and bringing in Ross. Yeah, are you guys also like working on new material?
Yeah, we have got. I mean, we just played a couple songs a second ago, and that makes it the 6th time that we have rehearsed together.
Oh, nice.
But we have about a set worth of material thus far that we have rehearsed, and we've got like 1 song so far. So 6 practices. We got a bunch of the songs from the catalog, and in fact, I was going to suggest that to you guys, that we work on that new song today. How does that sound to you guys?
Yes.
This is the creative process at work here.
Excellent. Excellent.
At least talking about the creative process.
Yeah.
That's the first step in the creative process.
Talking about the creative process, I would say, is a step in the creative process.
In that direction of actually developing the creative process.
Some people spend their entire life doing that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite people to talk to at parties.
So yeah, what is it like? Because you're there in person and you're able to practice in person. What's that experience like? Leading up to this time, obviously, Jake, you've had other members in the band who have now departed. But have you been able to, practice online, or have you been just trying to focus on getting everybody together healthy and safely in a new space?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean,
every practice we've had has been in person, and I'm pretty neurotic about COVID and all that stuff. I work at a restaurant, and I serve. I wait tables, bus, and I cook too. So there's a lot of kind of frontline risk there. So I'm sure we're all
you can't
as neurotic as I am.
You can't taste anything or smell anything right now. Is that what you're saying?
We wouldn't feel very comfortable in a space together if we didn't trust each other, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of is a catalyst for working on a project like this.
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know. Have any of you guys played music with anybody not in person during the coronavirus?
No, I've never actually done that.
No.
Yeah.
It's tough dealing with lag over an internet connection.
Yeah, I mean, I also just feel like specifically playing heavy metal music is a very your blood goes into it, and
right.
The thought of trying to do that in a space wherein the people with whom you're playing the music are not also present sounds like something I would have a hard time doing, getting myself into,
Yeah, you need that immediate feedback, right? Because it's such an energizing music. It's usually hard, a lot of times fast. I mean, you guys, Jake, you said your biggest influence is Iron Maiden, and loud and energetic and bravado is kind of comes into it, right?
Yeah. But the short answer to that question is we have been hanging out with each other in person and playing rock and roll music.
Cool.
But
it's a calculated risk, but I'd be losing my fucking mind and probably doing more self-destructive things if it wasn't happening. So
absolutely.
Right.
Take that calculated
100%.
risk.
Yes.
So it's a good safe outlet too. You've got your pod, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that anybody that is watching this has probably had similar experiences in the coronavirus, being that we got you can count on your hands how many people you've seen since actually today it marks the 1-year anniversary since the day that I went inside. That I don't know if you oh fuck, it's a pandemic. Fuck, okay, I'm gonna just stay in here. Looks like Dark Souls is about to get played a whole bunch of times.
Right. Yeah, it becomes very introspective.
Yeah.
I was already acutely aware of the fact that I am a textbook extrovert, but nothing like really severe societal isolation to make you realize that you just like seeing people that you want to be around.
Right.
Give them a big fat hug,
Oh, That is, yeah, I mean, that is sweet. That is, it's pretty endearing. Hey, guys, do we want to go ahead and, play the first video? Cool. It's, I Will Eat You, Hail Satan, episode 1, Ribs. So we'll see. We'll bring this up here real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, I have not. This will be my first time watching.
You guys haven't seen it? So this will be a surprise.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
And Jake and I are definitely in the restaurant.
All right. But the security at the White House.
Uh-oh.
That's the beauty of shared screens.
They're fucking piece of shit. Let's go. It's butchery time.
Ribs.
Oh, me and my ribs. The old day always. These ribs are so
Nice.
The darkness and I'm into the light. Every night is a Saturday night. Tearing it up and I'm burning down.
Oh. Nice. Get those potatoes.
Potatoes are very, very tasty.
Just in case you needed a carrot in someone's ass. That's
Nice. God, look at that. That's some skill.
He's a very talented chef. Graham, baby.
That's my favorite part.
I will say, I had a project take on making this, and by the time we got eating these days, I had done more taking than I had an appetite for, so it was really it was a little too fucking
Nice.
Yeah, what the hell? What the fuck is wrong with it?
Donate to the Patreon!
Okay! Do it now!
Yeah, please, if anybody's watching this and feels like giving Hail Satan some money, please feel free to
donate to the Patreon.
Nice plug.
Yeah. Patreon.com. It's a website where you can patron
That was awesome.
somebody. Anybody. You can patronize somebody.
Yeah. Make sure. Yeah, for everybody that was watching, make sure to go to the Patreon site after this interview, not now. Oh,
Yeah.
No,
man.
you can stop watching.
That was pretty awesome. So Jake, tell us a little bit about that segment that we just saw, because that was a cooking segment that we saw for for Groovy TV, I think, right?
Yeah, correct. Groovy, God rest your spirit wherever your spirit has landed. Yeah, Groovy had sort of a like heavy metal horror sort of like variety hour show on a streaming platform called American Horrors Channel. And we produced a couple of episodes of a cooking show entitled "I Will Eat You" with Hail Satan. I'm really sad that Groovy is not alive anymore. I haven't even talked. I guess we haven't even talked about that because you were really tight with Groovy too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, outside of like losing a good friend, like the city of
Looks
Denver
like
lost.
We lost you for a second.
Oh, sorry, Gary. Are we connected? You have frozen. Oh. Are you there?
It looks like we're experiencing some complications there. The Wi-Fi seems to be having some problems right now. Maybe it's the snowstorm outside. I don't know. There we go. I think we're back. Jake, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Are we? Do you think we're okay?
Okay, you're coming through a little choppy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe.
Sorry. Hey, Jay. Yeah, we're still not connected here.
Let's see. Hold
on.
If I don't make it out of here, tell my wife I love her.
Tell my wife I love her.
Maybe. Yeah. Sorry, we're having some technical problems, everybody. Oh, there we go. You guys are back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Is my head going like this, frame by frame, the whole time?
Yeah. We were. Yeah, it looked like some of those, angels that you would see on Doctor Who, where you blink and.
Solid Doctor Who reference right there. The angels are cool antagonists, bad guys.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the things that outside of like losing a good personal friend in Groovy.
Groovy.
The city of Denver lost something when that guy died. He had fingers in many different pies. Like, I met Groovy through the comic book community. And it was funny actually. We Hail Satan. We played a show at one of those events that Groovy set up called. You remember Beastival?
Yep, that was an awesome event.
Yeah. So we played a Beastival, and he saw us. And at that point, I'd known him for a couple of years, like working the conventions and stuff like that. And he very sort of coyly like took me aside and was like, "Did you know that my main job is that I'm a music publicist?" And I said, "No, Groovy, I did not know that." So yeah, he worked as our publicist for a couple of years, and
Sweet.
yeah, I mean, he afforded us lots of cool opportunities. We're like, a lot of basically just interviews, stuff in the newspaper, yada yada. But yeah, I mean, he just was involved with so many different projects, so many different artists, and just cool, things around in the various art communities in the city and abroad.
Right.
So yeah, it was really sad when he passed away, and just like how many things is the coronavirus going to take from us before it fucks off?
Right.
Yeah.
It's we've lost a lot of friends. A lot more friends have gotten sick from this bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot of vendors going through.
Yes, a lot of what made us is still just kind of hibernating at the beginning of the year 2020.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hey,
We're not gonna let 2020 win.
No.
Or 2021 is still feeling pretty 2020.
Would you let 2021 win?
Yeah, it's definitely a nasty hangover. That's for sure.
Correct. That's a fine way. It's a very acute way to describe how I'm feeling this morning.
Oh,
it's almost 2 p.m.
It's almost 2 p.m. It's the AM someplace in the world. Just feel free to time travel. We can afford that.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, Brett, my partner over at Colorado Festival of Horror, it was asking, is there any Hail Satan comic books in the work?
It's actually, I haven't brought this up with you guys, but so I make a comic book called This Is Heavy Metal. It's a comic book about heavy metal music, and before we had this new lineup, we had been working on, and if you guys want to do this is a thing. This is just a creative idea project. We can work on a creative idea. But so we had written some material for okay. So the idea is that so if you have you're reading the comic book, right? There's musical accompaniment, where basically think you're reading the comic book, there's the dialogue that is on in the panels. If you were reading that, but there was guitar riffs and drums and bass, and the vocals are the dialogue for the comic itself, and it plays through like a sort of concept album that has a comic book that goes with it, wherein the lyrics are the dialogue from the book. Does that make sense to you guys?
Cambria.
Yeah, but more specific.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria.
But if the Coheed and Cambria songs were literally the dialogue from the comic books, which that is not. That's right. I'm gonna say if that's the case, I didn't know that, and I've really stolen that.
Coming up, we've got this video by Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
Tricky band.
We're only a Fish and Coheed and Cambria band.
We do Fish, we do Coheed and Cambria, and we do Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You're very versatile. It shows in your performance.
I know. We did that on purpose.
Yeah, obviously, you do music that brings couples together for Magic's, spewing, hand jobs.
Yeah. I wonder if you did, how do you say, have an orgasmic experience in that booth. Because, what, I hope that, I don't know the guy personally, but I'll try to get in touch, and I don't know, maybe we'll do a follow-up interview, and I'll figure out whether or not that dude straight up blasted all over the booth in the back of Three Kings.
Can you record
That'd be hilarious. Hopefully he had the foresight to bring a sock or some tissues.
Maybe I'm sure he was just he could have just taken a sock off of his foot.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, just put the sock and put it back on.
Yeah.
Jake, you were mentioning earlier that one of your biggest influences is Iron Maiden for Hail Satan. What other inspirations do you guys draw upon?
What are you guys?
I grew up on Primus, like Frank Zappa, Tom Waits.
Ooh, nice.
That turned into Iggy and the Stooges, like
Fuck yeah.
Alice in Chains, and then it got heavier and heavier and heavier. And then as I got older, more so like the old stuff, like prog rock. Fuck, yes, King Crimson.
Cool.
So those are really kind of the driving forces behind my general style of writing. But
nice.
Yeah, man. So I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but my entry into guitar playing was actually through Guitar Hero. So I spent like a stupid amount of time playing Guitar Hero. I know, right? And I even went to a competition or two and stuff. And actually, when Guitar Hero 4 came out, it had a couple Tool songs on it. And I remember like playing those Tool songs on Guitar Hero, and I was like, wait a second, why am I not just fucking playing a real guitar? And I sit down, and I don't think I ever played it ever again, but suddenly was spending hours a day practicing guitar. And so Tool was kind of like my entry into the metal world, and kind of got into other prog metal bands like Dream Theater, and Haken recently has been like a huge influence.
Hell yeah, they're so
wild,
good.
but yeah, all started with Guitar Hero for some reason.
That's fucking sick. He was also a drummer in my old band, and fuck that guy. Fuck you, man. He plays fucking everything there is.
He's a terrific talent.
I will say though, playing with Sean makes me feel like I never need to play drums again. This guy is fucking monster, dude.
Nice.
I personally grew up with like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Up top, don't stop, man.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah,
I could tell.
I'm actually not joking. I did too.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, we're both in our early 30s. So
yeah.
If you grew up in sort of that pocket of time,
right?
You get it.
You get it. You get it.
Yeah.
I grew up naturally to all things thrash metal in high school. I love Uri, I love Slayer, I love bands like Forbidden and Exodus. And
did you go to that Forbidden show at the Marquee?
I didn't. No, I sadly did not. But yeah, I nowadays I'm just like I love everything. I love funk music. I love prog music. I love everything, man. I'm all around the board. So.
And I think Hail Satan. I mentioned that we did a cover of like Stand By Me. Granted, this lineup is new. We haven't done anything quite like this up to this point, but we would do like Motown covers. Speaking of Frank Zappa and Tom Waits, I'm what you might call a super fan of both of those musicians. So like as much as at the core of, the band is called Hail Satan, so you probably get a picture as to what kind of music it is that we play, but because
it's pop.
like we all actually in many ways it is very pop inspired, but it sounds like in general,
as in like the sound that your bones make when they pop.
Ooh, I like that turn of phrase. That's awesome.
But yeah, given that we have as eclectic of a sort of swath of influences as we have, there's a general idea in the band that like as much again as we are a fucking heavy metal band at the core of everything.
No, we're not.
I think it's I always enjoy sort of pushing the genre into different places that it doesn't tend to go. So we're gonna do some Diana Ross covers, I would say. Probably right after. I actually would fucking love to do that. We should do that.
You have to sing.
What about Tom Jones? You guys like Tom Jones?
I love Tom Jones.
That would be awesome.
My wife loves Tom Jones.
It's not unusual.
So
not have Tom Jones.
Do you know the song "I You Have"? Yeah, you guys want to play that song?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
And it's a karaoke favorite of mine, so I'm already pretty adept at doing the singing for it.
Is playing with a band kind of like singing karaoke?
It's funny. That I had all the cats also was like obsessed with karaoke, which sounds silly, but karaoke is a fun thing to do. If you're already going to decide to get drunk in a room with a bunch of strangers, why not have a microphone and sing songs into it whilst other people watch you do it? Karaoke. But for real, actually. So yeah, while I was dating this girl, the relationship was not particularly great. So whatever.
The karaoke. Oh my God.
No, it's funny because I was going to karaoke as frequently as I was during that period of time. I found that as a singer, I became quite a bit better because I was practicing you know, like
Mhm.
the art of karaoke helped me sort of sharpen my tools as a vocalist.
No, that is a good thing too. You know, yeah. Well, like with Ross was mentioning, you know, you working on or playing Guitar Hero, you're doing karaoke. You know, these are things that
all fake musicians. It sounds like.
What an interesting way to kind of hone the craft, right?
That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
And that's why I only have one string on my guitar.
Yeah, that's one of my guitars.
You were just trying to make it more challenging for yourself because you knew you believed in yourself and would master this easily.
Yeah, Frank here to show off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Carl, who are you, Carl?
Hey, yeah, Jake, we want to go ahead and play the Hail Satan, I Will Eat You, the actual video.
The music video.
Yes, the music video. Anything you want to set up for
itself
this?
is about. So I often, when I'm writing lyrics to heavy metal songs, a pretty easy like go-to premise for a song is pick a kind of person in society that you do not like, and then write lyrics about murdering them. And I wrote this song pretty shortly after Trump became the president of the United States. And I thought, you know what I don't love is white supremacy. So I wrote a song about murdering white supremacists. And then the music video is about, and also, I mean, really, the whole song is just a vehicle for me to say the line, "Your insides are outside, I will eat you." So the music video is about capturing and butchering neo-Nazis.
I don't want to eat anybody.
I will eat someone. I
have to.
I would like to have a single bite of human meat before I perish from this earth.
It is delicious.
Have you had it before?
No.
Yes. I mean,
All right. Well, with that, wait a minute. You guys pretty much did that in the last video. So what am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
Right on. Let's get this thing going.
Why do you have a sword?
Oh no!
Yeah, the cooking show is it's derivative from the this music video.
Yeah, more cooking.
And Spencer is a sick drummer, but he just looks like he's pretending to play drums.
Does that sound good? I think that's a house in my basement. Yeah. That model is, you know how Michelangelo Video takes the double guitar? That model is one Michelangelo Video. A regular guitar. Okay. Another buttergram. But imagine that it's human meat. Yeah. You mean so?
Was that not filmed with real human meat?
It was.
It's Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue.
Freaks.
Yeah. Dracula. That's so crazy. Every now and again. They were all notified. They're fucking genuine racists. They're fucking everywhere, dude. Practical. People were actually hard for that. Yeah. At the end. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I am too. So this last shot that's coming up. This blood.
2, 1.
Okay, so the dude that was throwing here, watch this. The guy that was throwing that blood, right, he was very drunk. He was supposed to be drunk on all 4 of our faces. That blood, yeah, for real. That fake blood mixture was like gravy mix, soy sauce, red food dye. It was just this absolutely fucking putrid mix up of shit to look like this fake blood. And so yeah, that was when that blood was thrown onto Spencer right there. That was supposed to kind of get like spritzed across. It was just like the remainder of the fake blood that we had for the shoot, and it was kind of like, all right, we have we have this fake blood left. Like, what should we do with it? It's like, all right, let's all put our faces together and we'll have somebody throw it on all of us. But then the guy that was doing it was like burgeoning on blackout drunk and just like super aggressively chucked it. And it just happened to be that it only hit Spencer's face like real hard. What you're seeing, that footage of him right there, he is just, he vomited a lot like right after that happened. Like, Because what that fake blood tasted like was fucking gross. So it's pretty funny that happened.
It's really clear. As a band, you guys are amazing chefs, and you do the most with the least amount of good meat. Nazi meat.
Correct.
Yeah.
You gotta use every part of the Nazi.
Yeah. Well, Jason, responded, "Hell yeah."
Hey, Jason, man, I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to hear from you.
So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I could see you guys doing a whole themed album just around cooking, around the kitchen and stuff like that. I can't wait to where you have your own regular cooking show.
Yeah, that's what that's what the I Will Eat You show was about. We actually only filmed 2 episodes of it, so to say like, oh, we've got a show, we have a thing that we produced 2 pieces of content for. But that's kind of there's potential. In fact, I was going to bring that up with you guys today. Again, this lineup is very new, so we still have like a fair amount of sort of congealing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
is the right word right there, but
A lot of jizz.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of jizz, as with any heavy metal band,
Excellent. I hear that's a good sauce to cook with too.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get your protein somehow.
Adds the salt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it adds the salt. It might congeal in a way that now you have your egg whites.
Yeah, I love it. I can't get enough of it.
There's definitely a porn of that, a fucking cum omelet. If we're gonna go there, there's definitely
have you seen it before?
No.
A little diced ham, some rosemary.
Now that we're like in an interview that is going
into
into public, I think we should all discuss who our favorite pornography stars are and
And
what
chefs.
their regular masturbation habits are like. Sean, you go first.
My favorite is me.
Oh, well, there you go. You can't help yourself.
I try to release like every 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Jeez, your pants must be soggy. I'm sorry.
Money shot. It's the damn
That's
money
the money shot.
That's it, Jason. You get that, how do you say, a heavy load when we talk about heavy metal music.
Right.
Right.
Guys, we can't wait to see the new lineup in person, with all your prestige and heaviness, and no doubt studs too.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, we can't wait for your the new cookbook. Hopefully that comes out soon. Get to work on it.
Bad idea. Ross, have you got anything floating around?
Yeah, so
Ross
let's be clear. I
Cooking
guess
with
I'm the
Jules.
only professional chef in the band that remains. Bruce, the last guitarist, I worked with him pretty extensively between like Euclid Hall and Denver restaurants, stuff like that. But we definitely still have the potential to do a cooking show, write a fucking cookbook, use
That'd be awesome.
fish to make it happen. And it is a fun concept. I fucking hate them just as much as Jake does, so why not cook with them? They're fucking everywhere.
Solid.
So
Right.
I think it's a pretty solid idea, and yeah, we could totally make that shit happen. It's not the first cookbook I would have written, so
Really? I will say, like, the 3 best meals I've had in my entire life, 4 of them were cooked by this guy. I can't say whether or not there were Nazis in them, though.
there definitely were, and worms.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
There you go. They were delicious worms.
And
Yes.
earthworms.
Cooking with jizz. That should be the
Innovative ways to get your protein. Very nice. Very good, fellas.
Jake's got a lot of restaurant experience too, and like all the former members. Spencer was, at the time working at Acorn. He's been in restaurants all over the place. And
What about you, Sean? Have you worked in the service industry before?
Hell no.
Lucky.
I work at a computer store.
Oh, computer store. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Action. Go.
Fixing computers?
Action. Computers. Go.
Is that what the place is?
Hooters,
Okay.
Hooters, computers.
Nice.
Spagooters.
Yeah, man, it's been great being able to sit here and chat with you and talk about the band and some of the things that you guys have had to deal with and being able to look to the future too. You know, what one more thing do you miss about the outside world and performing?
Live music.
Yeah, again, like playing shows is my favorite thing in the entire world to do. So, having to have, I just didn't expect to a certain extent that I was going to have to, like, while I actively have a music project that is, up and running, to be starved of playing rock and roll concerts is, I just wasn't, shooting for that. That's not what I had penciled in for the year 2020.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, just getting back out and playing more. I fucking cannot wait to do that.
Right. Yeah. Neither can we. We can't wait to hear more from Hell Satan and because music, art. I mean, that's the spice of life. Yeah, and
that's why I paid almost $100,000 to go to college for it. Oh my God! Don't remind me.
You still paying off that bill, huh?
No, I'm an artist. I don't have any money. I don't pay my bills.
Okay.
I make cartoons for a living. So, donate to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Hey, his
go to the Patreon. But guys, again, thanks so much for coming on. It's been a privilege. It's been great to be able to reconnect with you, Jake.
Yeah, man, it's been great
to meet you guys as well. Thanks so much. Ross, Eric, Sean. Thanks for jumping in on this. Everybody go to the Patreon page after the show. And, follow them on Facebook, follow them on YouTube. Got so many awesome, music videos and more content on there. Thanks, guys. Make sure to, thanks. Make sure to stick around for a minute after we sign off. To everybody that joined us online and chimed in. Thanks so much, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing good and you're surviving the apocalypse out there that is, giant, bigger snowmen, I guess. And then also to our sponsors at Alien Donut Films. Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans there, Bill and Angela, and to Mutiny Information Cafe. All revolutions should be caffeinated. And then to Hellfire Entertainment, thanks for carrying us, guys. And near and dear to our hearts, Groovy TV. Yeah, we miss you, Groovy, and we're still trying to do good stuff like you did in life. So, man,
fucking Groovy.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one.
Nice to meet you.
Right on. It was good seeing you again, Dan. I look forward to the opportunity where we can be, grousing about working a comic book convention, and I just miss the aroma of nerd farts and screaming children. I look forward to an opportunity to be grifted by the Enigma again.
Oh, fantastic. He looks forward to grifting you.
Like, you'll be working with him and he'll fucking be trying to fucking sell you on some shit,
Mm-hmm. No,
he's a true showman.
That he is. Look forward to that as well. All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah, be well, be safe, look out for each other. We love you. Take care.